Love you.
Okay, everybody, here we are once again. A brand new episode of Brad and Mira for the Culture, this podcast's weekly pop culture assessment. I'm Brad Listi. I'm old, and I am joined, as always, by my friend and co-host, who is much younger, Mira Gonzalez. Hi, Mira.
Hello, Brad. I am stealing Brad's youth from him in order to maintain my youthful appearance. So thank you, Brad, for lending me your energy.
I do have energy.
You do.
Though I feel like I'm kind of flagging a little bit.
Yeah, that's because I'm stealing your energy to maintain my youthful glow.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's like a Snow White thing.
So very happy to announce that today's episode is brought to you by Penguin Press, publisher of the debut story collection, Where Are You Really From? By Elaine Shea Chow, the critically acclaimed author of the debut novel Disorientation. It is the official September pick of the Otherppl book club. That is my book club. You can join my book club at otherppl.com. I really loved Where Are You Really From? And I just had Elaine on the program. I interviewed her on the Otherppl show just this week.
Very nice.
Yeah, we had a great conversation. And it's a really good collection. I think you should read it, Mira. And I think everybody listening should read it. It's called Where Are You Really From? And it is available from Penguin Press.
Read it. Check it out.
And I got to give a plug to my new company, DeepDive. It's out there.
DeepDive.
DeepDive specializes in the creation of in-depth audio courses. The debut course from DeepDive is called How to Write a Novel. It is maximalist in its approach. It's more than 50 hours of insight and instruction from nearly 46 of today's most celebrated contemporary authors, including people like Emily St. John Mandel, Stephen Graham Jones, and Melissa Broder. It's on sale now at www.deepdive.audio. And Mira, I also want to make a special announcement today.
Oh, a special announcement.
Yeah.
Should we get a drum roll going?
It's my privilege to announce that there will be a new deep dive course coming out soon.
New?
That's right.
Wow. So what is it, Brad? Tell us about it.
It's called How to Write Autobiographical Fiction, and the course will be taught by Hannah Pittard, whose most recent novel is a work of autofiction called If You Love It, Let It Kill You. She's a master of the form, and she is the teacher of this course, which is more of like an intensive. It's like shorter form. It's an intensive course focused specifically on how to write autobiographical fiction. And there's no official release date yet, but it's going to be available soon.
Prepare yourselves, everybody. Get ready. Start writing some autofiction.
I think you should write autofiction, Mira.
What would I write about? Like it would just be called like High on My Couch.
I'd read that novel.
It's called like one crisis after another.
That's right.
My only friend, the hummingbird that visits my yard sometimes.
You mock it, but I feel like that could be your breakthrough.
It could be.
I love autofiction. So
yeah, me too.
How to Write Autobiographical Fiction with Hannah Pittard is coming soon. Stay tuned and go get How to Write a Novel at www.deepdive.audio.
Available now.
So what else is happening? What's happening in the world of pop culture? What's going on with you personally? What do we need to discuss, Mira?
Well, let's see. What happened in pop culture this week? A bunch of shit. We'll discuss that. I have not done my job. I have not been a responsible employee to other PPL Incorporated. I did not watch the Emmys. I must admit.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Emmys either. I didn't even realize the Emmys were happening until I think it was like on. I saw it on social media. I was like, oh.
Yeah, same. I didn't realize it was happening until they were on. I do know a surprising amount of the shows, actually, that they were talking about. Like, I watched The Pit, and I watched Hacks, and I watched, like, fucking The Traitors, and whatever. But the thing is that they didn't award anything to The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Premieres tonight, by the way. And so they're wrong for that.
Is there an award for Best Reality Show?
Oh, yeah. Usually it's like there's a award for like reality show host, and then there's like reality show like game reality show versus like whatever non-gaming reality show. Like Alan Cumming won for being the host of The Traitors. Well deserved.
What is The Traitors?
The Traitors, I'm so glad you asked, Brad. The Traitors is a reality television show that is like you know the game Mafia? You ever played that? Where like you're all sitting like in a circle and then everybody puts their heads down and then there's certain people who are chosen to be the quote unquote mafia and they put their heads up and they choose one person to kill. And then that person, like they announce like, okay, this person has been killed by the mafia. And then everyone has to guess who are the people who are in the mafia doing the killings.
I've never played this game in my life. I've never even heard of it.
Wow. So it's a reality show that is that game, essentially. There are people who are traitors and they pick people off to kill. And then everyone else has to guess who the traitors are and vote them out. And Alan Cumming hosts it. I cannot recommend it highly enough. If you like stupid reality television, if you watch The Real Housewives, if you watch Survivor or Big Brother, it's the shit. It rolls. It's a great show.
All right. So the Emmys happened. What show, do we know what won? Like what won big? What show won the best TV show?
I think The Pit won a lot, which again, very well deserved. That is a very well done show. Really, really good.
That's like a medical drama.
Yeah, it's basically ER. It's not hosted. It's starring Noah Weil, who was in I might be pronouncing that wrong, but he was a star of ER, and then he did The Pit, which it's essentially ER. It's like a day. The whole season takes place over the course of one very eventful day in the ER. So you just like follow them and it's like a teaching hospital. It's a good show, but if you have any sort of like medical trauma or if you don't like seeing people bleeding or being intubated, maybe don't watch it.
So speaking of medical problems, can you hear this hum in the background? We're having our upholstery cleaned.
Oh, really? I don't personally hear a hum, but I do suspect that when you go in to edit this, you're going to be like, God damn it, there's a hum.
So there's like this van out in front of our house, and then they have these tubes. You know, there's like a machine in the van, I guess, and then they bring these tubes into your house and they clean. They're like, my wife has been obsessed with getting our furniture cleaned, like the upholstery. She's, I guess like one of our kids peed on the couch years ago.
Years ago.
I mean, honestly, yeah. Like, and you're just like, oh, he peed on the couch, and then you just like wipe it up, and I guess there's kind of like she's just been like fixated on that for longer than I even realized, and she's been wanting to have the upholstery cleaned. So
I've never even like considered doing that professionally. Like we have one of those like steamer things, and I'll like use that on the couch sometimes, but like I have never even considered like, oh, I could get my upholstery cleaned. Yeah,
well, I went inside a bit ago, and the guys were working, and like there was a very strong smell, like a kind of chemical smell, like cleaning product smell, and I'm like, and then Carrie's like, we got to have the windows open because they're doing this. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. They're cleaning our upholstery. It's like, are they cleaning it with poison? Like, what do we?
I mean, it doesn't get cleaned unless you use poison. That's the whole thing. That's probably why Carrie couldn't do it herself, because they got to use that good poison to get that shit really clean. That's how cleaning works, I've been told.
Great. So yeah, our house, it's like 100 degrees here today in our house. It's just like cooking with the windows open, and
it's so fucking hot. It's fucking insane. I told my therapist recently that I think that I have opposite seasonal affective disorder, where the summer makes me depressed and the winter does the opposite. And she told me that that's very common. So
I kind of like the heat in a weird way. Like I'm sort of
that's
already
fucked up.
I'm going to be sad when it's like no longer like shorts, weather.
Not me. I'm so fucking excited for like sweater and tights weather. Like that's because like we live in Los Angeles, so it's like the winter coming doesn't mean like, oh, you're gonna have to like get your down coat and you're gonna have to like, get your shit together, get your heaters going or whatever the fuck. It's like, oh, now it's like, like mid 50s. Like that's very cold for Los Angeles, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's nice. And like, when is it going to start to get cold? It doesn't get cold until like November or December.
Yeah, I think probably like mid-November, like, yeah, something like that, which is annoying as fuck. I mean, I thought it was going to start getting cool now, but apparently fucking not. Apparently the earth is cooking or whatever they say.
Well, it's September. I feel like September's the hottest month in LA.
Really? Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. I always feel like it's August, but then it's like secretly September somehow.
Yeah. I mean,
bullshit.
When Carrie and I got married, we had our wedding party in September, and it was literally one of those days where it was like 112 degrees.
Oh my God.
It was so awful. Everyone was so miserable.
When I recently went to the beach with some friends of mine, which I don't normally do, there was a wedding happening on the beach midday, like, midday sun. It was like 1 p.m. or something like that. When it's like that, it's very worst. And like, it was like directly in the sun, no shade. Everybody's wearing full suits, just fucking cooking. It seemed like the worst thing of all time. Like,
yeah,
that's so, like, having to wear a wedding dress and like have your makeup on and be sweating is like my worst nightmare.
Yeah. You'd be all red too. Don't you turn red?
I turn so red. I like, if anybody is ever in a situation with me where it's kind of hot out, and like my face turns so red that you get concerned, like, don't be concerned. I am a Mexican who has rosacea. So that is what's happening there. The Irish jumps out as soon as any heat gets me. And everybody's like, oh my God, are you okay? And I have to be like, yes, I know, it's bad.
Wait, you're Irish too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I recently did a 23andMe, and I found out that I am primarily, I'm Jewish. I'm 26% Jewish. I am some percentage Irish. I am some percentage Mexican and Spanish, which they don't really know the difference between due to the Spaniards colonizing my people. And then I am also, what was it? It was like nearly 10% Guamanian from Guam.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Native to the, technically, some percentage Native American because of that.
Yeah, I had a phone call this morning. I was on a Zoom call with a lawyer in Italy because you know how like people were getting Italian citizenship?
Oh, yeah.
I literally was like at the very last step, and then Italy changed their laws. Right. Totally.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, fucked me over. But now this lawyer contacted me, and she's like, actually, the laws might change again.
Oh.
And I'm having this conversation at like 7:00 in the morning because of the time difference. So I'm like just struggling to keep up, and she's speaking in like broken, like very broken.
Oh God.
Yeah, with this heavy Italian accent, and it's like legal stuff about like the courts, and I'm just like, lady, just tell me like if we can do this or not. Like, can I do this?
That's I mean, I hope you get Italian citizenship. I'd love to come visit you at your villa in Sicily or whatever.
That's right. So yeah, so we didn't see the Emmys, and I feel like the Emmys don't really mean much to me because the Baldwins were not involved.
Exactly. Thank you. That is, I mean, it's what we were all thinking. Nobody was going to say it, but the Baldwins were absolutely snubbed. And Brad and I didn't just miss the Emmys. We are boycotting them due to the Baldwin snub.
I wonder if the Baldwins went to the Emmys. Like, were they?
They did not.
They didn't. Were they at any like Emmys like parties? I feel like they would make the party circuit if they're in LA.
I mean, not that I could see, but also like they probably were genuinely a little bit upset that their show didn't get nominated at all. Like, it might be kind of embarrassing to have like a reality show that just aired this year and then attend the Emmys even though you have 0 nominations.
It's just one more goddamn humiliation.
First I shoot that lady. Now I don't get an Emmy nomination. Everything's tough for Alec out there.
That's right.
So, I also do want to mention, so last week we talked about Charlie Sheen pretty extensively, and Brad and I, while we were discussing him, both, but I will say probably primarily me, was like saying, you know what, like despite everything, I'm very charmed by Charlie Sheen. Like he seems like he's a pretty nice guy. Like, you know, no sex workers ever complained about him. And there was one moment where I thought to myself, or I said out loud even, something terrible about Charlie Sheen's going to come out and I'm going to regret this. Well, surprise, surprise. He is potentially a rapist, I guess. I knew I would regret it, and I do. He was accused of sexually assaulting Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
Wait, both of them?
Both of them.
A Corey sandwich?
Jesus, Brad. Holy shit. Well, now Brad's canceled instead of me, at least, so there's that.
Listen. I don't condone this behavior, but it's just I don't know how to believe. Do we believe Corey Feldman? I don't know what to believe. I feel confused.
I mean, I guess like, you know, I believe people who say they were sexually assaulted, so I'm going to go ahead and believe it. It does seem very intense, and I will say that Corey Feldman like does seem like he, you know, has kind of been abused into mental illness. But it's a really big accusation, and he's accusing several different people on like the specific set of a movie of this, and like I don't know, I don't disbelieve it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't disbelieve it, but I got to be honest, I don't fully believe it. I just feel like confused. But listen, Charlie Sheen has lived a wild life, and there have to be some like real skeletons in that closet of some kind or another, right?
Yeah, and I mean, there they are. I guess those are some of the skeletons. And so I knew that I would live to regret saying that I'm charmed by Charlie Sheen, and I do. I regret it. I regret it, and I will not say it again.
Well, I wonder, because his book is such like a tell-all. Like, does he address this stuff? Probably not. He probably like.
I think I read that in the documentary, which Brad and I also did not watch this week, even though we said that we would. I think he like vehemently says that like he never did it, like absolutely not. And I think he said that in the past too. But like, of course he did. You know, he's not going to be like, yeah, I did that for sure. That was me. My bad.
Yeah, exactly. What a mess. I don't know, but he can be funny on screen. I guess that's the best you can say.
Yeah, you know, I mean. Yeah, I guess that is the best you can say.
Can't talk about anything anymore.
Can't talk about anything anymore. Unless you're a drag queen, which I know because I went to drag brunch this weekend.
Oh.
And those queens will talk about absolutely anything, and they're funny as fuck. Like, if you want to go somewhere where it is cheaper, more fun, and funnier than any comedy show that you'll go to, just go to any drag brunch. Like, we didn't even go to like a big drag brunch. It was like small. There was like not that many people there, and like the drag queens were not like on Drag Race or anything, and like they were funny as fuck. And I'm pretty sure they tried to kill my husband. Like, so like, okay, so we get there, and it's like, for those of you who don't know, drag brunch is what it sounds like. You have brunch and drag queens perform, and like they had bottomless mimosas at this place, and so they gave us each, I swear to God, it was like a mini pitcher with a straw in it. And they were like, have fun. And so like, you know, we're waiting, like, you know, like having brunch for like an hour before the drag queens get there. And we're like already fucking sloshed. And then a drag queen like tries to bring Tyler up onto the stage. And Tyler thinks very quickly and points to my friend Alex, who's with us. We're going to celebrate his birthday. And they're trying to bring Tyler up on stage. And Tyler goes, it's his birthday. It's his birthday. It's his birthday. And so they bring Alex on stage instead.
Thank God.
And like they proceeded then to bring Alex on stage like 3 different times throughout the afternoon and made him do shots every single time. Like, it was, we left, and like those boys, Tyler and Alex, like Alex's boyfriend and I were like, you know, we had like a couple mimosas and that's it. But Alex and Tyler, like those drag queens, just peer pressured them to drink to the point where they were like, day's over, I'm done. Like, I was like, I gotta take Tyler home. Like, Tyler needs to go take a nap. Like, this is enough. And like, he did. Like, he was like so fucking drunk. We had plans afterwards and we didn't do them. There was a lady sitting behind us who, of course, I became best friends with immediately. She was this like very, very, very drunk at like noon, like drunker than we were. And she had a sash that said dodged a bullet. And it was because she had been engaged to somebody who then wouldn't sign the prenup. And so she broke up the engagement. And the drag queens brought her on stage like 4 different times. And each time she took the mic and spent like 15 minutes telling the story until like eventually a drag queen was like, no, Katie's not allowed on the stage anymore. Katie's got to sit down. Absolutely not.
Where was this? What was the name of the restaurant?
It was at Mickey's in West Hollywood, which is like a bar that doesn't really have very good food.
I was going to say,
right in the heart of Boys Town.
I think I've probably complained about this before, but I find brunch disgusting.
Would you find it less disgusting if drag queens were performing and everybody was drunk and you were like putting money in their fake boobs?
It's like, yeah, it's like totally unappetizing to think about being. Were you eating food while this was happening?
Like, not really. Like, we got like mimosas, and then like we got like kind of like pancakes, and I think like some French fries that we kind of like nibbled out of the table, but that was it. Okay, yeah, you're not like egg, because like whenever I on Sunday mornings I'll like walk my dog. We walk past these brunch places, and they just the smell of brunch disgusts me. The eggs, just eggs and coffee. The whole thing is just so gross. Have you ever seen any John Waters movies?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm not an expert. It's been a while.
Did you see the one with the egg lady?
No.
There's a John Waters movie where there is a lady, I want to say it's a lady in drag, but I don't think it's Divine, who's like eating eggs in like a baby crib. And it is like the most nauseating thing you have ever seen in your entire life. And like, this is when we went to drag brunch, Tyler was like, I don't know if I want to eat. And I had to be like, it's not like John Waters drag. It's like more sanitized drag than that.
Yeah. I just think like eggs, I will go to my grave arguing that like eggs are a mistake. Coffee is a mistake.
I love eggs and I love coffee. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, damn, some eggs and coffee would really hit right now. Like, that sounds great.
This the smell of it. It's like I'm very guided by smell. If something smells bad to me, then it should not be part of a food equation at all.
I mean, eggs don't smell bad to me. I mean, like they do if they're like rotten, you know, like if they're like bad eggs, but it's like fish to me. It's like if your eggs taste like eggy, then like they're not good. Like if your fish tastes fishy, it's not good.
Yeah, it's all problematic, but I'm glad you had fun. I wish Tyler would have gone on stage so I could see some video.
If only. I wish too. That would have been some really good video footage. There is some video footage of me becoming best friends with this lady who has a sash that says "Dodge a bullet."
Was she just like sad drinking by herself at this thing?
No, she was like with a group. Like we thought it was a bachelorette party. Like it was like a group of girls who were all like, you know, like, all right, like fuck it, like now they're not going to get married, let's celebrate. And like they all had like, you know, like sashes that said like "thank you next" on them and shit like that. They were like, I mean, they were nominally celebrating.
I feel like anybody in America wearing a sash that says "dodged a bullet," I'm like, what? Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, the Queens made jokes about it. They really did. They were like, that's you're the first one this week or something like that. So I was gonna say Angry Adam, but I don't think we have an Angry Adam this week, do we?
No, he no-showed.
He no-showed. Angry Adam no-showed. Angry Adam, tisk. You are not fulfilling your responsibilities to the Otherppl Corporation, and there will be a price to pay.
Actually, though, I should say that Angry Adam did finally buy the DeepDive course.
He did. He bought the DeepDive course. Well,
like on the final hours, as like the launch sale was ending, he like came across the finish line and bought it.
He bought it while it was on sale, though. He didn't pay full price.
That's right. He had to get the sale. He had to lock in those savings.
He had to get that little discount. He had to just get as much money as he could out of his friend Brad. Just squeeze him for every last penny, right, Angry Adam?
Yeah, he couldn't pay full price. He couldn't support my venture at full price. He had to get a deal.
Oh, terrible, Angry Adam, terrible. If you would like to address these accusations from Brad in the next episode, we do encourage you to. And I also encourage you to specifically direct your anger at Brad, because we all know that he's a deeply flawed individual and I'm perfect. So just a reminder in case anybody forgot. So this show, generally speaking, as our listeners will know, Brad and I try to keep it light. That's the whole point of this show, is that Brad and I were texting a lot about politics and dark things. And then Brad said, well, why don't we have a show where we just talk about dumb pop culture and, you know, we don't delve too much into the serious. And I said, hell yeah, great. But as we all know, something happened this week and we are going to have to make an exception. We are going to have to discuss it a little bit. There's been a very high profile death. Robert Redford has died. He has died at the age of 89. Robert Redford. What a mensch. I love Robert Redford.
Yeah, I think like this is like, he's a perfect example of a life well lived. Everybody liked him. He didn't fuck with anybody.
Oh God, someone's going to email and they're going to be like, Robert Redford actually like was on the Lolita Express and like spent a lot of time on Epstein's Island.
Yes, I can't wait for the videos to be just shattering my perception of Robert Redford.
We're going to spend like 20 minutes being like, what a great guy. Here's all the good stuff that he did. Like, I love Robert Redford. And then someone's going to be like, actually, he like murdered homeless people in his spare time. Yeah. It's like, well, I like am afraid to say anything nice about anybody that I don't know literally everything about.
Actually, Robert Redford also sexually assaulted the Coreys.
I'd like to issue a formal apology to Corey Feldman and Corey Haim's ghost. I'm very sorry for Brad and not for me because I'm perfect, as I just said.
But in truth, like Robert Redford made a lot of great movies as an actor. He won an Oscar for directing Ordinary People. Like, he's a good director. He started the Sundance Film Festival.
Right.
And gave like opportunities to all these like young filmmakers and independent filmmakers and sort of made movies better and paid it forward. And then he was like this huge environmental activist.
Yeah, right. The environmental stuff I know about. I gotta say, I'm trying to think of a Robert Redford movie right now, and I literally can't.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we should talk about our favorite Robert Redford cinematic moments. And I'm
trying so hard.
Okay. So the very first movie that I can recall going to on my own with like just a friend, like not with a parent, was The Natural.
What the fuck is that?
You've never seen it?
No.
It's
never heard of it.
I want to say it came out in 1984. And it's a baseball movie that's, I think, based on a novel. It's an adaptation of like an E.L. Doctorow novel or something like that. But it's about like the greatest baseball player that ever lived, and he gets shot, and then it's about his comeback, essentially. And I went to see a matinee of this movie with my buddy Ryan. And I was such a big baseball fan, you know, as a kid. Like, I loved to play baseball and was like, I collected baseball cards. And so
baseball and Billy Joel.
That's just the most normie white boy existence. And yeah, I just remember coming out of that theater, and it was like the magic of the movies, you know. It's like he hits the big home run at the end, and I came out into like the daylight and was just like ready to go play ball. It was very.
Oh, I do love that feeling of like seeing the movie and coming out and just being like, that was fucking movies. Like, that was real movies right there. That was cinema. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just getting really into a movie and then going out into the regular world.
Yeah. So, I mean, that one stands out just as like, I don't think it's one of his best films, but it's good. And it was like a big, you know, I just remember the moment in my life. And then otherwise, it's like All the President's Men.
Right.
Butch Cassidy, 3 Days of the Condor.
See, I've never heard of that.
It's a good movie. And then, I mean, I don't think he was in it. I think he just directed it, but Ordinary People is a really good film. So.
Oh, yeah. There's, I am remembering now, Indecent Proposal, right? Robert Redford was in that.
That's like the Robert Redford millennial movie.
It's, you know, what I've always thought about that movie is actually that it's like, I'm sure other people have said this, but like, it's an incredibly decent proposal. It's extremely decent. Like, for those of you like,
what was it about again? It was like with Woody Harrelson, right?
Yeah. So it's like, I can't remember who was the star, but basically
Demi
it's like,
Moore. I think it's Demi Moore.
Yeah, Demi Moore, and I can't remember who the guy was. But so basically this guy, this like really, really rich guy, sees Demi Moore and is like, Demi Moore reminds me so much of my dead wife. I want to have one night of passion with her. Goes to her husband and her and is like, I will pay you $1 million for one night with Demi Moore. And like, I'm sorry, if that happened, Tyler would be like, go have fun. Like, go have a great time. Like, whatever. Or like, if he wasn't, I would be like, that sucks. We'll go to couples therapy afterwards. Like, $1 million? Like, that's like, I looked it up just now. That's like $3 million in today's money. $3 million just for one night with a rich guy? Like, what? That's like, that is the most decent proposal I have ever heard of in my life.
Yeah, I think like I would say a healthy percentage of couples, married couples, would gladly take that deal.
And anyone who wouldn't is an idiot. You could buy a house and like what? She just has to like sleep with this one guy she's never going to talk to again and doesn't care about? Who cares? You just forget that night ever happened and go buy yourself a nice mid-century modern in Pasadena.
Yeah, I think you probably kind of forget about it at some point. I don't think it would be that. If it was just one night and it was purely transactional and you ended up with all this money, like
I'd forget about it the next day when $1 million hit my bank account. Like, that's like, I'd be like out here like, fucking, who the fuck is that guy? What is his name? It doesn't matter. We're buying a fucking house.
What if the sex was though? What if it was just incredible sex, and then like your husband would be like, "Well, how did it go?" And
you lie. You simply lie. You just lie. You say like it was whatever. Who cares? Then you just have a personal secret. You could tell your girlfriends the sex was actually really good. Shh.
You think about it for the rest of your life.
I mean, I think that's kind of what happens in the movie. Is that like in the end, their marriage is sort of permanently ruined by this because there's like this specter of like him thinking about the fact that this happened. But like, people cheat, literally cheat, and then go back to their marriage for free. Like, so like, why wouldn't you accept that money?
Yeah, it's such a, I mean, and like I guess there's probably some weirdo rich guy who would make this kind of offer, but it just seems like very unrealistic to think, even among like the oligarchs.
No, it's so unrealistic. Like, even like if it was literally Demi Moore.
Yeah, but you know why? It's because it's a bad deal.
Yeah.
These guys never get fucked on deals. That's why they're billionaires. Like one night with a woman, you're going to pay $1 million. Like,
and it's like as if you couldn't find like a sex worker who would just charge like a couple thousand at most, who also reminds you of your dead wife. Like, come on. Like, or like any person doesn't have to be a sex worker even. You could offer $10,000 to somebody to sleep with you, and most people probably would.
What if Jeff Bezos came to you and Tyler and was like, Mira, I must have you. I'll pay you $5 million. Would you spend the night with Jeff?
$5 million? Yeah. Fuck yeah, I would. $5 million? Are you insane? I'd donate like $1 million of that to something fucking good or more, and like fucking fuck it. Like, I'd give him $2 million to Amazon employees and say, like, here you go. I worked for this. That's for you now. Like, yeah, of course. $5 million. I mean, I would definitely like, try to get him to pay more. I'd be like, all right, how about 7? Like, I know he can afford it. But like, would you not fuck Jeff Bezos for $5 million?
I don't know. Probably.
You don't know? You don't know? You're going to say no? All right, hold on. Stop everything. You're going to say no to $5 million just because you have to fuck Jeff Bezos.
I think that would be, I mean, I'm like not attracted to men at all. Like, I feel like it
doesn't matter who you're attracted to. It's $5 million. I
know, but I'm just like,
I'm not attracted to Jeff Bezos. That guy's fucking repulsive.
I guess the question is like, could I just turn it off and just like go through the motions? I guess.
For $5 million, you can take 5 milligrams of Xanax and not even remember it the next day. Just get drunk.
I guess.
Have 5 milligrams of Xanax and 1 glass of champagne, and you'll just do it and you won't even remember it the next day. No problem. No memory of Jeff Bezos' naked body. Easy.
I mean, would I have to be penetrated? Like, there's lots of questions. I don't think I could handle it.
I mean, would you not be penetrated by Jeff Bezos for $5 million? Is that you would say no, absolutely not.
It would just be so, like, your dignity would be affected, I feel like, because it's music.
I would be very dignified. I would be like, hell yeah, I fucked for $5 million. I have $5 million and you don't. That's a great fucking deal.
You can't put a price on dignity.
I can. It's about $10 million. It's about $1 billion. Are you kidding? I would do some fucking very undignified shit for $500,000. I think we all would, realistically. What if you were offered $5 million to fuck Jeff Bezos and you said no, and then you had to come home and tell your wife, I just said no to $5 million because I didn't want to fuck Jeff Bezos?
Well, if I was doing the fucking, I feel like it would be different.
Okay, get fucked by Jeff Bezos. You had to come home and tell your wife, I would not let Jeff Bezos put his penis in me for $5 million, and now we don't have $5 million that we could have had.
Yeah. I mean, it's a genuinely disturbing question to contemplate.
Yeah, it's disturbing, but like, I would do disturbing things for $5 million.
And it's like, it's disturbing to think about like where humanity is on that subject. Cause it doesn't come, the thing is that it never comes to pass. Like, there are very few instances where somebody gets offered that. But if the offers did exist, like, this should be a reality show.
I mean, but like, these are the kind of offers that, like, if you know any real sex workers, you start to realize, oh, that's incredibly silly, because like, fucking somebody for money is a job that people have, and they do it for much more reasonable amounts of money than that. And so the idea of somebody offering you $5 million to fuck them is just kind of like a joke. And it's like the kind of thing where it's like, oh, like, would you like accept $1 million to like post a nude of yourself online? Like, nobody's going to pay you that. They're barely paying actual sex workers to actually do that.
And really, like, all of these reality shows on some level are like, what would you do? Like, how badly would you debase yourself for millions of dollars? That's kind of the whole point.
I mean, that's what Real Housewives runs on, you know? It's not even money for them, though. It's like, well, some of them, but it's like, how badly would you debase yourself for fame? And like, a lot of people would debase themselves really badly for fame. There are people who would fuck Jeff Bezos just to get a little famous, no money. That's psychotic. $5 million is not psychotic. That's a decent proposal.
Yeah, I wonder how that movie would be different. Like, I guess there wouldn't be much drama if it was just like, yeah, I'll take your money.
They would have to like make it so that like there's like some other element to it. Like they like, I don't know, like this guy has to have some kind of like extra access or some kind of like weird evil like thing. Like she would have to like do something illegal, or she'd have to like, he'd have some kind of weird fetish or something like that. Like there'd have to be more stakes, because just having sex with a normal person like that, like that's like crazy.
Wait. Not a normal person. Robert fucking Redford.
Yeah.
Like in his like Silver Fox prime.
Like an incredibly handsome, wealthy person who's going to pay for you to purchase a home. Like what?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I fucked Robert Redford for $1 million. Like, oh, my husband's going to leave me. If your husband's going to leave you for that, you should leave him and keep the $1 million for your damn self.
It should have been like, it would be more interesting as a movie, I think, if it was some kind of like ogre dude or like.
Right. If it was like a Harvey Weinstein looking motherfucker, it'd be like a different story.
Yeah. Like that kind of guy, you know, like, somebody who's like revolting, like just looking at him, you know, it's just going to be gross and weird.
Yeah. Somebody who's like horrifying and revolting, that would be like another thing. Or if it's like somebody who, you know, your wife is kind of in love with or something like that might be another thing. But like, even then, like, $1 million. I mean, like, how rich do you have to be to say no to that? Robert Redford, rest in peace. But as we know, that isn't really the major death of this week. The major death of this week is different, although, you know, I'm not going to say it's less tragic, I guess. That's going to get me canceled. But Charlie Kirk, the political commentator, has officially transitioned from he, him to was, were. He got shot.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
I hate this story. I hate this country. The whole thing is just so gross. And
I mean, look, I actually, in all seriousness, agree. I accidentally saw the close-up video of the shooting, and it was like one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen in my entire life. Truly horrifying. And I genuinely don't think that we should just be like shooting like political commentators.
Yeah. And like, again, this is a pop culture show. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. And like, to be honest, like I didn't want to talk about him or think about him when he was alive. Like I just was, I was tuned out. I don't pay attention to this stuff. I had like a brief moment where I have a friend from childhood who sort of got red pilled, and he was trying to convince me that Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro were good debaters. And so I would watch some of these videos, but it's like, I sort of get it. You know, it's like, yeah, not like I get that like you could see these guys through a certain lens as like effective communicators and political,
I guess, like,
but all you got to do is like watch like some of the lesser moments and you're like, okay, I get it. This is just
it's just like
darkness,
bigotry.
Yeah, bigotry, exactly.
That's all it is.
I just feel like the whole thing just makes me feel nauseated, and I don't like it. And this country with its like love of guns and its just corrosive insanity, it's just so exhausting to contemplate.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like, you know, I'm not in favor of what happened to Charlie Kirk, but he sure was. And like, that's another weird, fucked up element of it. Like, what the fuck? Like, every single clip that I see of him is like I've never seen somebody die and then have their own supporters be like, don't post that clip of them. Like, that's hateful. Like, motherfucker, he said it. I don't know. Like, and yet it's like, you know, you don't want people to get shot or whatever. Like, that's not good. We're just in this like insane aftermath where everybody is like losing their damn minds. And meanwhile, like, Kash Patel has to be on my screen all the fucking time now. That like fucking scared deer in the headlights looking motherfucker is just like there with his wide eyes on my screen every fucking day. Like, what are you so afraid of? Is there someone with a gun pointing to you right now all the time?
Yeah. What has been unleashed, like the reaction to all of this across the board is just so chaotic and difficult to parse and just exhausting. That's the That's the overwhelming feeling I have. It's just like, oh God. I don't know if I have.
It's exhausting. Yeah. Oh God, is the feeling that I have. Like, oh fuck. All right, here we go. Like, oh no. I mean, we like I said this about Luigi too, and I stand by it. The photos that we got from the surveillance camera don't fucking look like this kid. It's a different fucking person.
That's driving me a little bit crazy. Is when I look at the surveillance photo of the guy with the sunglasses on and the baseball hat, and then I look at the mugshot, it doesn't look like the same person.
Like, different facial structure. Like, just looks like an entirely different person. like completely. It is like, it's really crazy making. And like this sort of like confusion seems to be just sort of like permeating throughout the feds, who are just giving like a million different stories. Like Kash Patel went on the news yesterday to say that like they got DNA off of a screwdriver they found on the roof. But the official story is that he disassembled the gun on the roof and then reassembled it in the woods. How the fuck did he reassemble it without a screwdriver?
Yeah.
So like everyone's going insane.
Yeah. I mean, like just scrolling on Instagram has become such a nightmare. Like the amount of conspiracy theories
is like out of fucking control. And like my timeline, I guess like, I mean, I guess I just have a tendency to like click on the most insane conspiracy theories that I see because they're like insane. And like, I like dark shit online and I find it kind of funny. And like, so like I've been gathering kind of like the most completely unhinged theories that I've seen on my own timeline personally. And like this happens when, you know, things just aren't clear and there's no clear cut like narrative about what the fuck is going on or what the evidence is. And so people just go insane. So like one of the things that I saw was that people think that there was a cop that was like guarding Charlie Kirk, essentially like 4 feet away from him, just right directly, like looking at him. And the cop like scratches his shoulder. And like, there's people who are like posting these like super slow-mo close-up videos of his hand saying that he had like a miniature, impossible to see palm gun that he shot Charlie Kirk with from feet away. And like, that's not even the most insane conspiracy that I've seen.
Wait, is there such a thing as a palm gun?
According to maniacs, but like, I don't really understand how that's possible. Like if there's like something as small as a palm gun, then why does anybody use a normal gun?
And like the other question I have, because I'm not a gun person, is like, this was a long distance shot, right? It was like, I mean, it was, the thing is,
it was 2 football fields.
Okay. So 200 yards away, but this guy was up high and like, it was kind of like, I feel like when you think about it, the way that things were positioned, it's amazing they didn't have better security because it was like, it's just, there was a clear sight line. I don't know. It seemed like negligent in retrospect, but
yeah, it did seem a little negligent in retrospect. Like just even after that, like Trump thing to not just like check the roofs around, like hopefully that's like a thing that security is going to do now in general. When like there's any kind of like political anything happening, like why aren't they doing that already?
Yeah. Like we should, in 2025, we should be checking the roofs. And
right.
The other thing is like how hard, the question I have is like, could any like jackass with an assault rifle make this shot, or do you have to be some like crazily trained sniper? I have no idea.
Right. So like I was really confused about that actually, and I did some Googling because like I don't know anything about guns. I've never touched a gun in real life. Like I literally don't know shit. And so to me, I saw the video unfortunately close up, and I can confirm like it was like the most accurate that a shot could possibly be. Center of the neck, fucking blood is like turning a spigot on. So like this motherfucker was good. And so in my mind, I'm like, this has to be a professional assassin. I mean, he's fucking 2 football fields away and has something like it is that, like gets it that well right in the neck. Like what the fuck? But then I did see a couple of videos that people posted where they were shooting things from 200 yards away and they were able to do it. And it wasn't like professional. It was people who practiced a lot. For sure, like people who really were skilled, but like you don't have to be like a professional sniper if you have like a scope or whatever it is, like thing. Like there's like a way to do it. So I guess it's possible. I don't know.
So horrific.
It's really insane. So like another big conspiracy that I'm seeing almost everywhere is that the state of Israel assassinated him. Now, for those of you who don't know about Charlie Kirk, he was like the biggest advocate of Israel, like of all time, like one of their biggest fundraisers, like constantly incredibly pro-Israel. Like the one thing that anybody is pointing to is like one time recently he said something like, you know, some people say that Israel is committing a genocide. And like that's just like that people say that to Netanyahu's face all the time. Like it's like not like it just seems like they would offer him money before they would murder him.
Yeah. I mean, if Mira doesn't believe that the state of Israel killed Charlie Kirk, then nobody should believe it. Because I feel like you're ready. You would be so ready to believe that.
I'm so ready. And when people were saying it, I was like, all right, let's fucking look into this because I know the state of Israel is doing some assassinations out here. I'm prepared. And like Brad is correct. If I don't believe that the state of Israel assassinated him, then they probably did it because, yeah, I am at the ready to believe that Israel has assassinated anybody.
Well, but the one, like, I've been seeing so many different conspiracy theories, but like one of them that makes some degree of sense is the fact that Charlie Kirk, to his credit, was calling for the release of the Epstein files, right?
Yeah, he was.
That was like coinciding with the campaign to get these files released across the aisle. Like people of all parties want these files released. And it was getting down to the wire on that, or that was kind of reaching a crescendo. And then this shooting happens. And like, I think they changed the subject instantly. And didn't the Senate vote to not release those files
they did.
On the day of the killing?
Mm-hmm. And so like, okay, but it's like, all right, let's say that it is a targeted assassination to make people ignore the Epstein files, which does seem like more, like it makes more sense than him being shot for being supposedly anti-Israel. And like, I could understand where if he was shot to distract from the Epstein files, that would have been Israel who did it, like who carried out the assassination.
Well, wait.
Reveal that Epstein is a Mossad agent.
Yeah, I was going to say Epstein worked for Israel, didn't he?
Right. So like Epstein, like, unconfirmed or whatever, was like worked for Mossad and like definitely was giving them info and shit like that. And so, that would make sense. And I think it's part of why people are like gravitating towards that idea a little bit. But it's like, okay, let's say you wanted to do a targeted assassination to distract from the Epstein files. Why not Marjorie Taylor Greene?
She's not as influential.
What do you mean? She's in the Senate. She's like the one who is like actively like pushing to open the Epstein files, and she's a politician. She's not Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, but I just mean like Charlie Kirk's influence was really powerful, like way outsized, and especially among younger people. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene is well known, but she doesn't have nearly the influence that he did.
But she's a lawmaker, like she's got influence like where it counts.
I guess, but I mean, like he was really a valuable cog in that machine. So,
or like, why not shoot like? I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to like go out here and be like, here are some good people to shoot. But like, I just feel like if you're going to shoot somebody to distract from the Epstein files, like there's better options than Charlie Kirk specifically. Like, it's like, because he was like, one of the biggest fundraisers for the Republicans and like was one of their like, biggest like people who were like bringing people to the other side. So it just seems like why kill that guy?
Yeah. I mean, like, listen, I'm prepared. Like the way that I feel is like I'm prepared to believe almost anything, and I'm prepared to believe nothing. Like I just don't, it's just such a crazy information environment. There's no way to really trust the people in power at all. Not only do I think they could be capable of lies and like bad deeds and weird dark plans, but like I also feel like when you look at Kash Patel, you're like, these people are just incompetent.
Yeah, extremely fucking incompetent. And well, so, okay, if you can believe in anything, let's see if you can believe in the next conspiracy theory that I've seen, which is that, this is one of my favorites, he was killed by Venezuelan exiles because of a cocaine trafficking dispute between Turning Point USA, Charlie's organization, and the cartel. I literally, have looked into this and do not know at all where this one comes from. I could not figure it out. And yet multiple people are espousing it.
Didn't Trump just blow up another Venezuelan boat? Like just yesterday?
He did. Yeah, he did. He's been just fucking indiscriminately exploding the boats. And I guess they killed Charlie Kirk in retaliation. It is so unbelievably insane that I'm almost willing to believe it. All right, let's just say the Venezuelan cartels did it. Why not? Fuck it. Nothing matters anymore anyways.
I feel like these Republicans love their cocaine. I feel like the Trump world is awash in cocaine.
I feel like it's mostly Adderall, and that's how they get away with being anti-cartels, because their speed is from pharmaceutical manufacturers.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That's why I don't believe this one, because I feel like if it was a retaliation by the cartels, they wouldn't shoot Charlie Kirk. They would shoot some pharma, the person who makes Adderall.
Right, they would do a Luigi. Maybe Luigi was the Venezuelan cartel cocaine thing.
Yeah, it's a total misdirect.
Yeah, exactly. And so, another one I've seen is that is that Ben Shapiro had him killed as part of a master plan to take over Turning Point USA. It seems like people maybe think that he had the help of Israel, some kind of like Jewish cabal sort of situation.
Is he gonna? I've seen people posting that Ben Shapiro is going to take over Turning Point.
He is taking over Turning Point, yeah. So, he might have had Charlie killed. You never know.
Well, wouldn't Israel want Ben Shapiro, who's like a Jewish guy, at the helm of Turning Point? Wouldn't that be better for their?
No, because he's less charismatic and like less able to like get young people to like him. He's kind of hated, and like Charlie Kirk was just as big of an Israel advocate, just a more effective campaigner.
Well, what about Nick Fuente? Like, I've been seeing this Nick Fuentes like Groyper storyline.
This shit confuses me.
Yeah, what the fuck is a Groyper?
There's so many words that I like really didn't ever want to know the definition of, that I've like been having to fucking figure out. Like the Groyper thing still fucking confuses me. I probably should have researched it more before this episode. But like, I guess it's like a group of people who are like even more racist than like the Charlie Kirk Turning Point USA people, like even more fascist and insane.
Yeah, see, this is what I think. It's like the way that I understand it, or I think what I've read is that there's like the Fuentes, Laura Loomer wing of MAGA.
Right.
And then there's like the Charlie Kirk wing of MAGA. And Charlie at the time of his death was like maybe the more influential person. He was like the king of the thing, but there was a division within it. It's kind of like reminiscent of like the East Coast, West Coast rap battles. And like Charlie Kirk could have potentially, if this guy who shot him was indeed like a Groyper or whatever, it's like a Nick Fuentes person, it would be like Tupac getting killed by Biggie's crew or whatever, it's like.
My mom compared it to like in the punk scene in the 80s, you'd have like punks and then like skinheads would come in and they like looked like regular punks, but actually they were like Nazis and would kind of like fuck shit up really badly. Like the Groypers or like the skinheads. I'm
100% ready to believe that seems maybe like the most likely conspiracy theory so far, is just
Ben Shapiro had him killed.
No, just that it's internecine like warfare within the right, and that it's like that Charlie wasn't conservative enough.
Well, that's what everybody was thinking, but now they're going through the Discord messages of the killer, and like it doesn't seem like it's that at all. He was like not a Nick Fuentes fan, unless this guy isn't the killer, which like I'm still like potentially think he's not the killer, because those photos just were not him.
Well, if this guy is the killer and he's not a Nick Fuentes fan, he's got to have some motive. Like nobody does what he allegedly did without a motive. So like, what's the motive? What's the reason why you would do something like this?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. It's like, what is the motive? They're like, oh, he was like dating a trans person, but was he? Right. We don't know. That's the thing. It's like, there's no actual real concrete evidence there that he was dating a trans person for sure. And even if there is or was, then like we still don't know. We haven't heard from that trans person. We haven't heard any reason why he did this. It wasn't like, oh, I'm trying to like avenge trans people or anything like that. All we know is that he wrote on the bullets, if you read this, you're gay. He wrote, ubu sees bulge something. Can't remember.
Wait,
it's like
what?
He wrote on a bullet, what was it? It was like, it's like he did like a little, like, it's like an anime, like blushing emoji, but like only with text. So like an old style emoji, like the way that you would type it out.
Who takes the time to do this?
I want to see the bullets also, because like that's a lot of words to engrave onto a single bullet.
He's engraving, like who engraves their bullets?
I mean, Luigi. And I guess like in a sense, like if you're going to do a shooting like that, there's no guarantee that any manifesto will ever come out. And so like engraving the bullets is probably like a good way to get your message out. But there was no message in these engravings.
Okay. And this is the other thing. I thought this when the Luigi thing happened. I think about this all the time. You go through all the trouble to plan some kind of like terrible shooting, and then you follow through and you do it. None of these guys have an exit strategy.
No.
Like, why wouldn't he just leave the site, get in his car, drive to the airport, and like fly to like Ecuador?
I mean, I think he was always planning on turning himself in. Like, that's like, there's a Discord message that dropped today that was just saying like, hey guys, like I did the shooting. Sorry, I'm going to turn myself into a sheriff right now. Which is also like a weird choice. Like, why turn yourself in? Why bother? What's the point? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And like they're also saying there was like a manifesto that they don't have a physical copy of, but they found out through like aggressive questioning and forensic evidence, which like, what the fuck? What the fuck does that mean?
I saw some headline where it was like, there was like Kash Patel was like, there was a manifesto, but it was destroyed, but we're going to be able to put it back together again. And it's like, well, what are you talking about?
Via aggressive FBI posturing. What the fuck does that mean? How can you get a manifesto via posturing?
They're probably torturing this guy to get him to admit that he's like full of trans, ideology or whatever.
Full of trans ideology,
like that. But that, like, for their purposes, they just want him on tape being like, I did it because of the trans, and then all the right wingers can just lose their minds.
Right? Exactly. Like, and like we know for sure that one of the bullets was engraved that said like, "Hey, fascist, catch." Which leads me to believe not a right winger, but fuck if I know. Like, fuck if I know. None of it makes any sense. A lot of people think that he's like a Manchurian candidate trained by like the DSA and like hordes of like, people with trans ideology or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like what are the right thinks he's like an LGBTQ activist? Is that what they think?
They think like he's like some kind of like trans extremist who was like turned into like a terrorist by like a group of trans people on Discord and like became an extremist and like whatever the fuck, because like before they talked about the actual engravings on the bullets, which again, one of them read, "If you read this, you're gay." Like, just like the dumbest shit of all time. They said that the bullets were, quote, engraved with trans ideology. So, like, clearly they're trying to push a message here.
What a mess.
What a mess. I mean, Jesus Christ. So I was going to say I'd like to officially apologize for those jokes I made at the top of the Charlie Kirk segment, but actually, in retrospect, I think they were pretty funny. I don't support his murder, but I do support myself being perfect and funny. So,
well, I mean, it's like I think you can be. The problem is that like nobody's just saying like, listen, you can be really horrified by what happened, and you can believe that it's wrong and that it shouldn't have happened, and you can feel sick and heartbroken about all of it. And you can also
still not support Charlie Kirk.
And you can also just be honest about what the guy said and did in his life.
Yeah, and like it wasn't really much of a mix with him, I gotta be honest.
I mean, yeah, I hate it all. I hate it all, Mira. I don't want this sort of shit to be happening anywhere.
And here's something that I want to know. As Brad, you were raised Catholic, is that right?
Yeah, but I bailed early.
Yeah. So, but like, okay, culturally speaking, there's like, or I mean, I guess maybe he was just Christian. I don't really know. But there's like a video that his wife posted where she is like caressing his corpse. They do like an open casket funeral and she is like holding his hand. It's like yellow and like pickled. Is it a Christian urge to like rub up on the corpse of your dead loved one? Because like Jews don't do that shit. We're putting that body in the ground within 24 hours. Ain't nobody wants to touch that shit. Like,
yeah, the open casket is very Catholic Christian. I've never gotten that. I've advised my wife that I do not want ever to be an open casket. Never.
It's horrifying. It's disturbing. Like I've seen a dead body before. It's not comforting. It like even when they're like asleep and look peaceful, it's not comforting. It's fucking spooky as hell. Well, like that shit's spooky.
Some people need it, I think, emotionally, just to like register that the person really is dead. Like I know that sounds crazy, but like just to accept the reality of it, they need that. Like you got
to put them in like a special little suit and hire a makeup artist to like make their fucking face out of wax. Like it's just like no, ew.
Yeah, I personally, I'm kind of like I get it. I got it. I don't need like to see it. I got it. Like, I believe you.
It's a body. They're not there anymore. That's it. You're dead. I believe that you're dead. That's enough. I don't need to be like caressing your pickled corpse. Like, ew.
So wait, like, could you see like, was it just the hands you could see, or it was
like just the hands and like his suit? She like didn't show his face, luckily, because that like is just another disturbing image that I don't need to fucking see. Like his alive face was disturbing enough. Sorry.
I mean, yeah. And like this video where she's like, it's unleashed a war, whatever. Like, I forget exactly what she said. It's just like, it kind of scared me. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking weird. People are like, oh yeah, let's start a fucking war against like the blacks now because Shirley Kirk died. Like, what?
I mean, like I was up in the middle of the night, like flipping like on Instagram. Just a great way to fall back asleep.
Yeah, I mean, calming down is not really what any American is good at right now.
Yeah. That's why.
Yeah, calming down would be, I can't remember the last time I felt calm.
Maybe that's our overriding message, Mira. So Brad and Mira are here to help people try to calm down and take a breath.
That's right. Mira, the least calm person you've ever met, who infamously has a heart full of rage and several mental illnesses, is telling you to calm down.
Just be kind. Just be kind to one another. Can we just be kind, please?
Yeah, just be kind. At least don't shoot people, Let's not do that. Let's take everyone's guns away, starting with the cops.
Just throw them all into a volcano. Just throw all the guns into a volcano. That's my dream.
And then watch the big explosion.
Yeah, just like an active volcano. They melt down. It's over.
Just everybody can watch all the guns explode the volcano and maybe like a small town in West Virginia, but then it's done.
Hey, listen, it's the price you pay.
So, all right. So moving on to, I guess, like slightly less depressing topics. I got to say, when we were preparing for this episode, Brad and I were just like scrolling, desperately looking for something that was not depressing. And there is not much. So, like count your blessings here, people. We're doing our best.
There is a darkness upon the land.
So our next story is about Denise Richards' divorce, which is very contentious. So Aaron Pfeiffer's recently has come out and said that their marital home is filthy, full of dog shit. They have 15 dogs. Denise Richards came there this week with 4 moving vans to pick up the dogs and all of her stuff from this house, which is, according to Pfeiffer's, like a hoarder house, again, full of dog shit, full of like just stuff everywhere, clothes, moths in the clothes, like bugs, food. Like he's just describing it as like the most horrifying thing of all time. And that they're saying that the movers had to wear like face masks while working due to a strong smell. So among her 15 dogs are like several golden retrievers and like all kinds of crazy. I mean, it's just like that's too many. That's too many dogs. That's too many dogs.
I don't even believe it. It's like, who has 15 fucking dogs?
It's like it seems like after like 5 at most, you would be like, all right, like that's like a lot of dogs. Like I think we're good. Like how do you end up with 15? That's so fucking many.
Yeah, you're like a kennel at that point. You're not even in a house anymore. You're in some sort of like place where, dogs stay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that's the dog's house now. That's not your house. Neither of them should get the house. The house should go to the dogs. Like, clearly, like they need their own fucking house. They're like human sized, and there's fucking 15 of them.
I think if you have 15 dogs, it's like officially a sign that you're completely mentally ill. Like that's just.
I mean, yeah.
It's like hoard. It's like I think if he is saying that there's like a hoarder thing happening, I guess people hoard pets, right?
Yeah, that was like if you watched Hoarders, there's Animal Hoarders. It's like a special edition of the TV show Hoarders for people specifically who hoard animals. Which, I mean, if this is true, it does kind of seem that way.
Like there are like ranches, there are like farms where there are not there's no 15 dogs on a farm.
Yeah, that's too many for a farm. Even if you needed like herding dogs for an entire herd of sheep, 15 is too many.
Yeah, they'll have like 4.
Right. And that's a lot of fucking dogs. Like 4 dogs, even in a big house, is a lot. Like that's really insane. Like, do they just like get sick of the other dogs and then just get a new one? Like, what the fuck?
I do got to say, those golden retrievers look pretty healthy.
Yeah, they do look pretty healthy. I got to say, I kind of like, I don't know if I believe everything that Aaron like says about this divorce, because he like is absolutely a psychopath who is definitely abusive and is like just has like insane beliefs about things. And also they just did a reality show in their house that was filming in their house, and it was not like a hoarder like place. It looked completely fine. Like maybe a little messy, but like not like this. This is like, it kind of looks like Aaron trashed the house.
We need Kash Patel to investigate to find out if there really were 15 dogs in this fucking house.
If there's anything America needs right now, it's more Kash Patel on their screens.
Honestly, I could see Donald Trump like sending Kash Patel to like cover this case.
People like, all right, like put the Charlie Kirk thing aside for a moment. Like we gotta get to the bottom of what's going on with Denise Richards right now. This shit is weird, man.
By the way, this marks the second consecutive week that Mira and I have discussed a celebrity mansion that is like slathered in dog shit.
I mean, it's just like, once again, perfect Mira, proven correct, that rich people love to have houses that are covered in dog shit. They just do. They love it. Every rich person, they just have a house and then dogs shit all over it. They spend millions of dollars on a house because they fucked Jeff Bezos and he gave them $5 million, and then they let the dogs shit all over it.
Just think, Mira, if Jeff Bezos would just proposition you, you could be in a mid-century modern in Pasadena that's just covered in dog shit right now.
Just 15 golden retrievers just fucking causing chaos everywhere. 15 golden retrievers and baby dog and my disabled corgi.
You just let go. That's what happens. These people get so rich, they just let go. They're like, whatever, nothing matters.
I have 2 senior citizen dogs, one of whom does not walk around. And like, that's too much for me. I'm like, that's a lot. Like, it is like a lot to take care of those 2 dogs. 15? It's like, do they like the smell of dog poop? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I need a resolution to this. We got to stay on this. I just want to know if the number is true. And like, how do you wind up with 15 dogs in a single house?
And they're saying that Aaron put one of them down. So there was 16.
He needs to put down more. We gotta pare the dog population down. It's out of control.
We got to do something about the Denise Richards dog population. It is unacceptable.
What if these dogs aren't fixed?
Oh my God. I would believe that too. If you're like able to collect 15 fucking dogs, like you're probably like not responsible enough to get them fixed.
Like Denise is like, oh my God, honey, look, it just had puppies.
Ew. There's some liquid on the floor. I don't close the door.
Some golden retrievers like in the walk-in closet, just giving birth to like a litter of 11 puppies.
Denise Richards is like, oh, that's strange. That was my Denise Richards impression. And it's pretty good if you've watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I have not, but I believe you. So what else is happening? Anything else?
Well, so let's see. So Hulk Hogan was, and again, here's another reason why Brad and I did not watch the Emmys. Hulk Hogan was snubbed. He was snubbed, Brad. He was snubbed from the In Memoriam. Hulk Hogan, famous television star.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you mean the in memoriam, like these are the people that died?
Exactly. The in memoriam at the Emmys. He was snubbed from the in memoriam, which he wasn't really. He was part of like the list of names that played at the end, but he didn't get like his own moment the way that like David Lynch did.
They snubbed me at the Emmys, brother.
His wife thinks that it was due to politics, I guess. I'm going to say it's actually because he was a wrestler.
Yeah. Like, dude, you're not a television star. I mean, I guess like on some level you are, but you're not. Like, isn't like the Emmys for like shows, like for dramatic shows? And
well, they do have reality TV, actually. That's part of it. Like, you know, like we mentioned now on Coming One something, but also like wrestling isn't reality TV. Isn't it pay-per-view?
And it's fiction. It's like it's not reality.
We all know they don't give fictional television shows Emmys at the Emmy. No. But like he hasn't wrestled in a long time. He was retired, wasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was like 70 years old almost, I think, maybe.
Like, had they ever given a wrestler an Emmy? I feel like no.
I'm an outcast, brother.
Oh, political outcast, brother. It's I feel like a lot of these celebrities, it's like getting in the in memoriam is like deeply important. Like they're probably like thinking about it on their deathbeds. It's
like the whole point. It's just a long march toward the in memoriam. And then like I guess they never know. You die. I mean, maybe you die knowing if you're like Robert Redford, he's clearly going to get a
right.
Big, but like the thing I don't like about the in memoriam is that it's you're always watching it and like trying to judge like who gets the loudest woo. Everyone just goes woo.
Yeah, and then David Lynch on screen, they're like woo, unless you're the Oscars and he, you know, doesn't get the proper.
Yeah, and it's like imagine you spend your whole life chasing fame, like you become an actor, and then it all comes down to like woo. It's like one person wooing in the Kodak Theater. Or whatever.
I must admit, I can't act like I don't know about this because I am actively working to make the life of a Oscars rep absolute hell until they put my grandma in the in memoriam. I am taking after her in that I'm being an incredibly difficult woman, and I am harassing the president of the Costume Designers Guild, the vice president of the Costume Designers Guild, both of their Oscars reps, just to get my grandma in there. So I'm ready to campaign, and I am ready to speak to TMZ if she is not in the in memoriam. I'll say it's politically motivated.
Will you get to go to the Oscars if she is? Do they invite like the family members of the deceased to like be because otherwise who's going to woo? Like we got to get a woo going.
That's a really good point, actually. I should start harassing them also for tickets to the Oscars. I mean, because like I know that like, for example, like my grandma's lifelong assistant is the president of the guild now. And he's in the, what do you call it? He's in the Academy. And if you're in the Academy, you can go to the Academy Awards anytime you want. So I suppose he could take me as his date.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Sal, if you're listening, got to get her in the in memoriam. You got to take me as your date, or I'm going to start protesting outside the guild.
It would just be her name, though. Like, you're not going to get a photo of her in that, right? Or maybe.
I mean, you might. Like, costume designers get photos, and she really has done like Tron, RoboCop, Carrie, The Flintstones, Airplane 2. Like, she's done like a lot of fucking movies. But it wouldn't be like, I don't think she would get like a moment. It would be like a picture for a second at most, or like a picture of her costumes.
What picture would you want of her? Do you have like one in mind?
There's one picture of her in like the 70s, and she's at the Getty Museum, and she's wearing a fur coat with no shirt on underneath, and she's opening it and showing her tits. That's the one.
Can you see her tits in the photo?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, she's like fully exposing her whole boobs. Like it's like she is wearing a fur coat with nothing underneath and opening it and exposing her entire tits, and people are like walking by like, whoa, and like can see.
I hope it was wintertime. It feels like uncomfortable if it was hot out.
I know. That's always my thought is like the Getty is like pretty sunny and pretty hot. Like it was a very stylish outfit, but it does seem like wearing a fur coat there is like not the most comfortable thing.
I wonder if we'll be remembered in memoriam at the podcast awards.
There's podcast awards?
Yeah, there's the People's Choice Podcast Awards. There's the iHeart Podcast Awards. And then I think there's an award called the Ambies. Or the Webbies.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck? All right. Well, we did say that we were going to stop talking about depressing things, so maybe we shouldn't discuss podcast award shows.
I think we would get a loud woo.
I think we would get like, at least a mild woo from like your wife in the audience. Like Carrie and Tyler would be like, woo, and then like that would be it. So to close out the episode, I guess let's talk about something that is very exciting, potentially, and the opposite of depressing.
Potentially.
Potentially. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Everybody, please pray for us. Light a candle. Hire an Etsy witch. Brad and I might go to Dancing with the Stars next week. Now, Brad has reached out to somebody that he knows, and we are on some kind of wait list or something like that. We might get to go, which is incredibly exciting.
I think it's just going to be 2 tickets if it happens.
So just Brad and I going on our solo podcast trip to cheer on our girl, our main bitch, friend of the podcast, Hilaria Baldwin, who is going to be competing and who is going to be fucking winning if we have anything to say about it.
It'd be like a Brad and Mira field trip. I mean, that would be like, this is like the first ever Brad and Mira. Like we're doing a field study.
Wow, that's so true. It's like the first ever like Brad and Mira satellite episode.
So a question for you is that if we do get to go to the taping, what will you wear? Do you have is it something that you would put thought into or no?
I would put some thought into it for sure. Maybe I'll wear like a full flamenco dress, just like the whole outfit with like the shoes that you can stomp with and like the little like clicky shell things that they use.
Do you have this?
No.
Oh.
Although it does seem like something that I would have. I reacted to that like it was the most ridiculous question, but it does seem like something that I would have around.
Mira's going to wear just a fur coat. That's it.
That's right. I'm going to expose my boobs to Hilaria over and over again to show her that I'm supporting her. I do think we should make signs and shirts if we go. I think that we should make signs, we should make shirts and that are like matching in support of Hilaria.
And I know I'm going to wear a Free Alec t-shirt.
Free Alec. Alec's going to be like, get this man out.
Oh,
Get this man out of here right now.
I'll make eye contact with Alec. He'll see my shirt and I'll give him like the fist of like solidarity.
I'm gonna bring a sign that says "Si se puede."
Yeah, that's right.
Si se puede, Hilaria.
Vamos, Hilaria. Be shouting. Let's just start chanting "Si se puede."
If we Brad, if we meet Alec Baldwin, I'm gonna immediately be like, this guy does such a funny impression of you. You gotta see it. Just to put you on the spot.
I could not. I would freeze up 100%. There's no way I could possibly try to impersonate Alec Baldwin in the presence of Alec Baldwin. I don't have whatever you need to be able to do that. I don't have it.
I would just like absolutely have to embarrass you like that because it would be so fucking funny. It'd be like the funniest thing in the entire world for you to be like, I can't, no, it's not. I'm not going to do an impression. It's not that good. Don't worry, Alec. We got to go.
I want to hear your impression of me.
Honestly, if we meet Alec, if we have any opportunity to, normally my policy is like, don't go up to famous people. We're going up to Alec if we see him. We're going right up to him and we're saying something that's going to make him remember us. Something like, we loved your show. Like, we really want it back on the air so badly.
We got to tape it. We got to have like our phone recording so we can try to capture the audio. That's like
my God.
It's our duty as podcasters to try to capture like documentary footage.
And like, I mean, at least a picture with Alec at bare minimum. And like at most, if we get a little video of him saying like, listen to Brad and Mira for the culture, our podcast will just go supernova.
I wonder if I'll be remembered in memoriam.
Imagine Alec Baldwin dies and doesn't get in the in memoriam. They just pretend it never happened.
I'm 68 years old. Next year I'll be 69. Or wait, is he 67? I think he's going on 68, but maybe he'll get an in memoriam, right? Or maybe they'll think it's like too much of a hot button.
It would be insane for Alec Baldwin to not get an in memoriam. He's like one of the most famous actors of all time.
Yeah, he's had a big career.
Yeah, that would be really crazy for him to not be in the in memoriam. Like, even I would be like, come on, you guys, really? Like, I know he killed a woman, but like, come on. Yeah. Like, let's be real. I mean, so the only concern, and it's not a huge concern, but the only concern is that the first week of Dancing with the Stars airs tonight. So the premiere is airing tonight. If Hilaria loses tonight, then we're stuck at Dancing with the Stars and no Hilaria Baldwin. But that would be really crazy because, like, literally Andy Richter is going up against her. She can't lose to Andy Richter.
I feel like she could go Tanya Harding on Andy Richter. Just take him out. I feel like this is the thing. I think there's a fire that burns in this woman. She is in it to win it. I said this last week. I don't think she's going through all this trouble to get beat. I think she'll do anything to win. No,
she is training so fucking hard. Like, she is neglecting the entire family. She hasn't been home in weeks. Like, she is like training until 3 a.m. every five. She's like Eras Tour Taylor Swift level training right now. Like, she is like 3 hours on the treadmill. Like, she's not fucking around. Yeah, like, so she's in California doing this. She got 7 kids. It's school. Like, they're in school. There's no way she pulled them out of school. And I mean, maybe she'll. That woman will do anything to make her family famous. Anything. Or maybe they're in school in Los Angeles for like the semester or something. Like, who knows? Yeah, maybe they're doing like that like homeschooling thing that like famous people do when they have to be on set, like for kid actors or whatever. Like, they might have like one of those like schools on set where they have like a teacher that doesn't really teach them anything or whatever. Like, or maybe they're just with the nanny in New York and maybe she'll have Alec with them. I was going to say, like, is Alec at home with 7 kids by himself? I mean, I guess we'll see, like, in tonight's episode if he's there watching or not. I mean, that would be so funny if she went up there and, like, none of the family was there. If Alec wasn't there supporting her, that would be crazy. There's feces all over our apartment. These dogs are shitting everywhere. So yet another. I mean, that was the kind of the first one we covered. It was the Baldwin house being covered in dog shit, but all the cats. Jesus. I mean, like, if we see Alec, you should be like, my wife tries to kill me too. I totally understand. My wife is constantly trying to kill me. I so get it. I will be thrilled in the strangest way if we get to go to this taping and see her dance, especially if it's like competitive, if it's like a really consequential
situation where like this could is it like, would it be the finals, or I guess it would get her to the finals or whatever, like.
Oh, for the next, no. There's way more episodes before they like get to the finals. Like the first 2 weeks are like, I mean, I haven't really watched a ton of Dancing with the Stars, but like it's a whole season. Like they're going to there's like, what, like 20 people or something like that, 15 maybe.
Is it single elimination, or they'd have multiple rounds? Like, do you know what I'm saying? You do all this training and then you just go dance once and they kick you out. That seems kind of brutal.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. Like, you do different training, and then each week the dances are like a different theme. So I think that like I think Hilaria is doing the cha-cha for the premiere, and then like next week they'll announce whatever kind of dance she's doing. And then it like they go and they grade the dances or whatever, and one person gets eliminated each week. And so it'll be like, Hilaria and Andy Richter, who's going to get eliminated? And they're like, Andy Richter, I'm so sorry.
Andy Richter. I can't wrap my head around him dancing.
I know.
I guess that would be kind of fun to watch too, just to see what he does. I mean, like,
what if we turn it on and he's just ripped? Like he's just fucking buff as hell.
Listen, some people have, like, I feel like dancing is like this innate musicality thing. Some people can move and you wouldn't expect it.
It's true. It's really true. Some people can move. And like, I hope that Hilaria has like enough of the, I hope she has enough Latina in her that she's a good dancer. And if she's not, she'll fucking train. I mean, like, Gleb is also like the most desired of the dancing teachers, not just because he's attractive, but because he wins.
Your name is Mira Gonzalez. You remind me of my wife, Hilaria, and I'm willing to pay $1 million for a night in your company.
You'll have to like go home and tell Tyler, like, Tyler, I didn't bring Mira home. I got something to explain to you. And it's both exciting and sad. So prepare yourself.
Mira suffocated to death under the weight of Alec Baldwin.
Jesus. Alec Baldwin is killed again. It was an accident.
Mira's
you're
body.
Gonna be rich now.
Mira's body was found at the Four Seasons in Beverly Hills.
Well, Brad, on that note,
it's a cliffhanger. Maybe we'll go to this taping next week. I don't think we'll be talking about it next week because by the time we go, we will have already taped. But I guess we'll know I would imagine we will know by next week's episode if we are going to go. And then it would be,
because I think it's like on the day of recording next week that we would be going.
Yeah, it would be like a full day of Brad and Mira, be taping, and then we would do a field trip. Like, should we take a Waymo together should I come to your house in a Waymo?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, let's like 100%. That way there's no driver in the car and we could just podcast in the backseat.
That's right. But then it would be kind of funny to involve like an Uber driver in the taping.
Oh, true. That's really true. It's a good point.
So fingers crossed, everybody, that we get to go witness Hilaria Baldwin as she pursues her crown. And like I said, I don't know if it's can you bet on Dancing with the Stars? Like, can you wager on it on like one of these betting apps?
I feel like you probably can, although I don't know how.
I would be willing to put a good amount of money on her. I think she's going to win. I just believe.
I would put money on her too. The only thing is that there's a professional gymnast who's also competing. And that is tough, but honestly, Hilaria might win.
Tanya Harding. If there's if that gymnast is in her way,
you just slit the back of her ankle. Just a whoop, and just slit it.
I will give her food poisoning the night before the finals.
I will pay the caterers to poison her food.
She will be incontinent, and she will lose.
Don't ask me how.
And Hilaria's like, whatever it takes, Alec. I must
Thank
be.
you, Alec. My king.
I must save this family.
Save the family from the depths of poverty. I do not want to go back to Tijuana.
Well, we made it through. It's like a depressing round of stories to like an excessive degree this week.
Yep.
We marched through the darkness. And I feel like we made it.
We made it, and tonight's Dancing with the Stars, so we'll be seeing the light very soon.
Yeah, I got to go tape that right now. So
yeah.
All right. Well, Mira, it's great to see you, and thanks to everybody at home for tuning in.
Bye-bye.